Hello everybody, it is the video that you have all been eagerly waiting for. I know there are some conservatives subscribed to this channel who have been literally just waiting for this video and nothing else. So I woke up the other day to a bunch of text messages, DMs, comments on Instagram, comments on YouTube. So many people, Shu, I'm so sorry. Shu, did you hear the news? Shu, I'm sorry. Shu, Bernie dropped out. So many people asking if I'm okay. People like hitting up my boyfriend's like Instagram like, hey, is Shu okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. I can pay for my healthcare. Like, I'm not drowning in student debt. I don't have any student debt. But I saw this coming. I just didn't know when it would happen. I knew it would be soon because Bernie put out an email a few days before this happened where he was basically like, don't go vote. He straight up told people not to go out and vote. Like, don't go out to the polling booths and vote. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is just encouraging people to go out and vote. And Bernie was just like, I don't want any of you to go out and vote. So it's like, this whole primary is just such a sham. Apparently he's still on the ballot, so I'm gonna vote for him in New York, but I just got done filming a video for Shu Unhead about this, so it should be out tomorrow, or I don't know when. There are so many things that we could blame. We could blame the media for their constant praising of Joe Biden. He's the only one that could beat Trump. He's the only one that could do it. He's the most electable. He's the guy. He can get things done. There's 24-hour, like, boomer propaganda. Biden, Biden, Biden. Whenever Bernie was mentioned, just all negative. Like, very, very rarely was there ever positive coverage of Bernie. Maybe sometimes on CNN, MSNBC, none. Fox News, however, Fox News, like, would randomly have, like, fair coverage of Bernie. Like, we live in the upside-down world. We can blame the DNC for their coordination. Obama got them all to drop out at the last second, go behind Biden so Biden could win, you know, slingshotting off of that South Carolina win. And that's not rigging, that's just the game. That's just the game. They all stayed in the race and then they all dropped out and went behind Biden last second. It was all planned from the beginning. And then, oh, and we can also blame the snake. She would have had an actual big effect if she did drop out. If she did drop out and endorse Bernie. She came in third place in her own home state. She could have given that to Bernie if she would have dropped out and endorsed him. But she didn't, and there's like all sorts of proof that showed that if Warren did drop out, everyone would have went to Bernie. Oh my microphone has been unplugged this whole time. I'm just a wreck. I'm so sorry.
Is that better? Hello. ASMR.
So, where was I? Where the fuck was I? Oh, blaming the snake. So, a lot of it was actually Warren's fault. Trump pointed this out, actually. He's obviously trying to get, like, disaffected Bernie voters. Which apparently works. It apparently works. There are some people in my own audience that are like, oh yeah, I'm voting Trump now. Like, maybe in 2016 I would have understood that, but now... But yeah, Trump actually pointed out that Elizabeth Warren, he was like, thanks Elizabeth Warren, like, he thanked her. It wasn't the only time, too, he's did it before, and, Steve Shives, actually, was just like, now that Trump is saying this, I think it's time that we, like, stopped saying that, like, Bernie was fucked over. Shut the fuck up, just because Trump says it doesn't mean it's not true anymore, like... Dude, go away. Fucking Steve Shives. Everyone I beefed with in the past is either a TERF or a neoliberal now. Also, you're on this channel, you're not getting away. You think you're gonna get away easy? You think you're gonna get away without a conspiracy theory on this channel? No, you're not. Apparently, the voting machines, like, could be hacked and shit extremely easily. And it's a little suspicious that Biden was like, no, we have to vote. We can't just do mail-in ballots. We gotta go to the polls. Like, who cares that grandma will get COVID and die? Go vote. Little suspicious, just saying. But anyway, moving on. I mostly blame Bernie himself. So Bernie is a really, really nice guy, and that is one of the best things about him and one of the worst. Ask literally any Bernie supporter and they will tell you the same thing, that he's way too nice. Every so often we'll see little bits and pieces of what he can be and what he can do. Like when he told the Washington Post off and he was just like, who are you with, the Washington Post? Yeah, good friends. And he just like fucking walks away like a boss. We know he has like that energy in him to tell off the establishment. In fact, what's really funny is his base, his audience, cheers louder when he puts down the Democratic establishment than they do when he puts down anything else. Bernie is like legitimately scared about the whole, you're too divisive, oh, stop being divisive, because everyone calls him divisive. Everyone calls him mean, divisive. They talk about like how he wags his finger, they talk about how he's loud, they say he's sexist, they say he's racist. But like you ask anyone else, like you ask the right, like the right-wingers, and they'll be like, oh, Bernie's weak, Bernie's too nice. You ask the liberals, and they'll be like, he's too mean, he's too divisive. Like, what fucking planet do they live on? Like, I love that Bernie's nice. That's one of the best things about him. He doesn't stoop low. But politicians are sociopaths. Politicians all stoop low. We saw what Elizabeth Warren did. All these people go low. They don't take the high road. Bernie Sanders takes the high road, and everyone just wants him to take the low road, and it's just, we want both. We want him both to be the guy that takes the high road, but also the guy that just throws some punches every now and then. But that's the game, that's politics, you need to throw punches. And like, I can kind of relate, because like, I know this is a completely different, like, level, but on Twitter, like, if I have to call out a friend or like, you know, disagree with them, I'm always really soft. And I usually back off. If a conservative friend of mine was running for president, I'd fucking call them out, I'd drag them. I'm sorry, I don't want you running the country. Like you can be my friend, you're my friend, you're cool, we're cool. I don't want you running the fucking country. Bernie didn't have that in him. Like, and meanwhile Joe Biden just stepped all over him. I don't understand how you could both be like, the establishment is the enemy, like they're terrible, this way doesn't work anymore, they're taking big money, like, they're corrupt, and then just turn around and be like, Joe Biden, my good friend, yes, he could beat Trump. Boy, what the fuck are you doing? So Bernie had the advantage when it came to policy and stuff like that, but Biden had the advantage when it came to electability. He's the safe choice, he's Obama's VP, remember the Obama days? The media says Biden is the guy, so let's go with him. You know, he had that whole thing going for him. Bernie never focused on that. He never focused on the I'm more electable than Biden aspect. He never touched it. He could have easily been like, Biden has all the baggage that Hillary Clinton had, but worse. He could barely form a sentence. No, I don't expect Bernie to say that, but that would have been amazing. He could have just been like, look at Biden, this is gonna be Hillary 2.0. Hillary lost, look at Biden. He's gonna lose. He's boring, he has no vision. His crowds are small, he has no donations, he needs super PACs in order to have support. The normies do not give a shit about, oh, homeless people are sleeping on the side of the street and starving to death. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They want to beat Orange Man. Like, it's so fucking sad. Like, I don't want to keep, like, harping on this, but that is the fault of the media. Like, literally, that is the fault of the mainstream media. And it's just so frustrating. This is what I genuinely think the media is one of our worst enemies. And the Democratic Party is as well. So, forgive me if I enjoy going after those two things. It's not gonna stop, because I honestly believe if the Democrats weren't these sneaky snakes always trying to neuter progressive movements and take down progressive candidates and smear them and destroy them, that we would have an easier time beating the GOP. That's my opinion. So I see the media and the Democrats as the biggest obstacle and the biggest enemy to the left, or the Bernie Sanders people, or the Social Democrats, or whatever. Another thing. Bernie should have focused more on saying that he was an FDR Democrat. I think it was Kyle Kulinski who pointed this out, but it's such a good point. Talk about how FDR, JFK, MLK all agreed with policies of yours. JFK wanted universal health care. MLK was a democratic socialist. FDR, the New Deal, like, that these ideas are, like, deeply American and patriotic. Because when they hear the word socialism, they're scared. They think of Venezuela. They don't think of, like, the social democratic countries. If he would have ran on, hey, I'm an FDR Democrat, Oh my god, he would have gotten so much. He could have gotten so much more boomers. The boomers would have fucking loved that. They would have ate it up. Another thing, this is something that I've never seen anyone else bring up. I am the one goddamn person who has brought this up that I know of. He should have focused on the Patriot Act. So as far as I know, him and Tulsi were the only two. Of course they were, because who else would be? The only two candidates up there that want to get rid of the Patriot Act. And Bernie wants to completely abolish it. That means the government would have to get a warrant to listen to you or see you or whatever. Also, he wants to get rid of, you know, when like you say something about cookies and then you look on Amazon and all of a sudden Amazon's like recommending you like cookie recipes and shit like that. This is like a civil liberties issue that a lot of normies and a lot of libertarians even can get behind. Joe Biden is the person behind the Patriot Act. So he could have easily been like, hey, you guys, you know how you hate like that your phone can listen to you? Isn't that shit creepy? Well, my good friend Joe Biden over there is the person responsible for that, and I want to get rid of that. Absolute banger. But nope, didn't do that. Also foreign policy. They could have hammered that more because again, that's a nonpartisan thing. People from the right, people from the center, people from the left, they can all agree like, oh, bring the troops home, let's not get involved in pointless wars anymore, please. He always defaults back to the 1%. Like, he always goes back to his song and dance, which, you know, of course is extremely important, but we want to hear more. So yeah, those are some things I thought he did wrong. The niceness and the not bringing up important policies that could have brought more people in. But like, what comes next? What's next now? What do we do? Well, the movement's not going anywhere. The movement doesn't die with Bernie. But who's it gonna live on by? I have no idea. I hope to God the person who takes up the mantle is just as class-focused as Bernie was. Not class reductionist, mind you. Because you get these, like, young activists who are, like, super fucking woke. Not the good woke, like the fake woke. And I'm scared the next Bernie is gonna have like those fake woke tendencies that kind of drive people away, and they're not gonna be real woke. They're gonna be like Elizabeth Warren woke. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel, honestly. This was really like the Bernie channel, like the Bernie primary channel. I think I'm gonna do like a podcast with a friend of mine on this channel. I'll probably do live streams. I'll probably pop in every now and then to cover an article or something. I was thinking maybe unironically turning it into like a political conspiracy theory channel. My fiance's channel is basically a regular conspiracy channel, so maybe I could turn this into like a political conspiracy channel. Like, did JFK really get shot? Like, you know what I mean? Would you like to see that? I don't know. My shoe on head video coming out is very positive, very heartwarming, and you guys, it will help all you broken Bernie bros. You're gonna feel so much better. I'll never get my refund.